All right, what up, y'all, man? What's going on? What's going on? We live. For anybody that has been following us on Instagram, and if you tune in right now, if you tune in for the first time on YouTube, we moved the platform over to YouTube officially. We are the Spot Network. We got my man DG in the building, Diamond Grant. We got my man DJ Zenus in the building,
You heard?
and we got myself, Ramon, and we are the Spot Network.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to click on YouTube real quick to see if I can go live, see the video.
Yeah, man. And today is episode 98, 98 weeks strong of Manifest Mondays. We back on schedule, right? We on actually on a Monday this time. You know what I mean? We back on schedule, man. And today it's gonna be a light episode, man. But we wanted to just sometimes to know where you're going, you gotta sometimes to know where you're going, you gotta think about where you've been. So we just wanted to do an episode because we never did it. We never did an episode on this specific topic of just how we all met and how we've grown and our friendships has grown over the time since we met, man. So
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna do today, man. This is the origin story of the Spot Network from even before we knew each other, man. So where does this story start, man? I think it's safe to say this story starts for all of us at Colorado State University, right?
That's it, man.
Fort Collins.
The old stomping grounds. Foco, baby.
And y'all go into CSU what year? What year do y'all go to CSU?
2008 for me, bro. 2008.
Yeah. I started 2007.
Yeah.
Okay, so the journey starts with Z first, right? So Z
Yeah.
is already at Colorado State, right?
And I'm there,
So he comes in 08. When do you meet him his freshman year? Do y'all meet your freshman year, Z?
I don't remember.
I don't think we met his freshman year, my sophomore year. Like I think I saw DG. I mean, there wasn't a lot of black folks on the campus, right? So I mean, we stuck out like a sore thumb. I'm pretty sure I saw DG like at some point, like probably somewhere, whether it be on the plaza, like in the back office, maybe at a party or something like that. But I don't think we ever actually like had a conversation.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, and then so then y'all don't really connect that first year.
Correct.
But 09 comes, right?
Ramon gets there.
That's when the boy enters the picture, man. That's when the boy enters the picture, man.
That's crazy. You look at the timeline 07, 08, 09.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Back to back on them, man. And I know 100% that I met both y'all my freshman year.
Oh yeah, I know how we met. I still remember like it was yesterday.
Let's start there then. How do we meet, DJ?
So LSC, like in front of I think it was like Clark C building or whatever it is. I was walking and you and Davion, hey man, y'all want to check out my mixtape? Yeah. Hey, your do-rag game was on point though. I ain't gonna lie. You had like, I don't know, it was a yellow do-rags or like something, matching your shirt and everything. Y'all looking fly, bro. You hand me a CD. And I'm like, man, this gonna be some bullshit.
It gotta be. My man dressed like Chingy with the matching do-rag. It gotta be some bullshit.
It gotta be, man, some bullshit. But I'm just like one of those people. I was like one of these wannabe rappers. I'm just gonna take it, be nice.
Thanks.
That's crazy, man. Then the rest is history, bro. But yeah. But then over the years, I think we got closer because we started connecting more. We had that event at AU at African Night. And you and I was on stage.
Yeah.
What did we do? What was
now,
that?
let's touch on that, man. So I don't know if that was my freshman or sophomore year. I want to back up because the first time I seen you too, right. I remember giving y'all the CD, and it was actually dope thinking back now because me and Davion like used that as an opportunity to meet people too. Right. Like it was only just me and him on campus, but we was just like we want to get the CDs off, and we was like we in a new place, and we could knock off two birds at one song. You know what I'm saying? So I remember we was going up to people and we was, just giving out the CDs to everybody. And I remember saying, like, you know, definitely check out the CD, bro. You know what I'm saying? We fire, bro. Check us out. It's banging. But also, you know what I'm saying? We here now too, man. So, you know what I'm saying? If y'all got any parties and know about it, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get lit too, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to see this do-rag. You know what I'm saying? Where the shorties at? You know, but so it worked out because that we ended up getting connected into like stuff faster by doing that. Like people would be like, oh yeah, there's this, was it the Octane or the Sweet? You know, whatever the place was. I remember people telling us about that. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So but then we go on, like you said, to do African United. It was an organization at CSU that you know, we used to go to the meetings, man, and they were putting together like African Night, you know what I mean? Like a big show for African Night. And then they wanted me and DG to basically play the main characters of the African Night show, right? Shout out to Vera, shout out to Bethy, you know what I mean? Selena, you know what I mean? But basically the story, I remember this too, the storyline, bro. The storyline was basically I was traveling to Africa. I was like a rapper, and I was traveling to Africa. And DG was my tour guy as we went to each country, right? So it was dope how we set this shit up. Like the scene was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, he would like introduce me to a country. I would ask him a little bit about it, and then, you know, the girls from that country would do like a dance.
Bro, that's great.
You know what I mean?
That's really impressive because I have no recollection of what happened, to be honest. Now that you explain everything, it's all coming back to me.
I just remembered it right now too. When we was talking about it, I was like, that was crazy, bro. Like, but it was fire how it came together, man. And it was like, it was really dope to, I think that was my first actual real connection. I had some, you know, some friends from Africa, but that was my first time really getting to know people from Africa for real, and like from different countries, and to know where stuff is, and just certain things about cultures, man. So that actually sparked to this day, just thinking about it, like me always wanting to go back to Africa, like just the way y'all was showing me music and the dances and the way that y'all like embraced me, like, yo, it would be so cool if you came to each of our countries. You got to come to West Africa now. You got to come to East. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was fire, bro. That was definitely fire.
Yeah. That's dope. And even before that, right? I think just by meeting, like, you know, like C said earlier, CSU is so, I mean, small. I mean, it's not that many Black people at CSU. So once you see each other, it's just easier because you see someone that looks like you, right? So it's easy to connect. And we'll see each other all the time. And then, hey, what up, bro? And then, you know, say hi to each other, even though we might not have like deep conversation. But the fact that we'll see each other and just say hi and just so you just kind of like made a little more closer to each other.
I want to just touch on something right there because there was so like we was 2% Black people in CSU, right?
2 to 3, yeah.
Something that I'm trying to like get myself out of. I still do this, and maybe I'm not gonna get myself out of it. But when I go places, I still do the nod to almost every Black person I see. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's still like just. But there's certain Black places that you be like, people like, what are you saying? What's up for? Like, it's like an energy of like, bro, I don't know, you like, you know what I'm saying? But it's still to this day when I see Black people, it's
universal. Universal. They just not
like, love. You know what I'm saying? What up? You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure though. Yeah. All right. So how do y'all two meet before we connect to me and Z? How do y'all two link? What's y'all first memory of connection?
I don't know. What Z was crazy because I feel like I met Z, but I don't really remember the exact point because we had so many mutual friends in common. You know, like because he used to stay at what you call like that Rand's Point too, right?
Rand's Village.
Right. Sometimes you know, it's like same in that area and too, but we never really actually had a conversation. I don't know. I think like with Z, it's so hard to figure out exactly who actually met. Probably like through like mutual friends, Evan and them.
Yeah, it was definitely through mutual friends. I can't pinpoint it either. It was just like we always would like see each other and whatnot. But like it was just we never really like had like conversations. Like because I remember Kels, shout out to Kels, man. Kels always used to cut my hair. Like you know, right? So I always used to be over at their place, you know, right? Because Kels would cut my hair over there, and you know, that's where I kind of like got to know Cass, you know, like and all them like Ruly, you know, I got to know him a little bit better. Like just naturally, obviously, but the connection was through Kels, you know, right? Just cutting my hair. Because I got connected through Ev. So Ev and Kels were pretty tight. And then I was asking Ev where he was getting his haircut. Because you know that like I said, there wasn't a lot of chocolate at the school, but just in Fort Collins as a whole, right? You know, so I didn't know where to get my haircut. And anyone knew, like, you know, back in the day, you had to be fly. We had to be bomb, man. You know, we had to be bomb. And so I didn't want to have to go back to Denver every time I wanted a haircut, right? You know, and so Ev was just like, you know, my man Kel's like, you know, he cut me, like, he's just getting kind of like started in like his barber journey, but like it's worth trying out. And so I was just like, all right, cool. Like, you know, so yeah. And then, you know, Kel's ended up cutting my hair, and Kels, I still remember them cuts to this day, man. Kels was clean on the clippers, man, and on the straight edge too, man. He got his game right over the years, man.
They learn on YouTube. Him and Ryan learn on YouTube. They practice on each other. I was like,
oh yeah, Tanny too. Yeah, I forgot Tanny was in the crib too. Yeah, so it was. You know, I can't pinpoint exactly when DG and I, like, I guess first officially met. But we just had so many mutual friends that, like, we just naturally, like, would just see each other often, and whatnot. And then, to that point, it was just always like, hey, what's up? Like, you know, the nod, like, you know, my man, you know.
Hey, Bob.
But yeah, I can't think of the specific moment, because it was just always just us just being around other people.
Right. And then after time, like, we'll see each other on LSC, and then sometimes just sit in front of the lobby. Is it called Lobby Student Center? Lori Student Center. Yeah. And then we just sit there sometimes just waiting for class. Shante, every one of them. But my memory of Z was when he invited us to his house party. Like, you're like, hey, bro, I'm having this house party. Y'all should come through, because we were right across the street from him. It was in Green's Village too, right across the street. So he invited us, man. And I ain't gonna lie, the party was lit. It was packed. It was in there. Like, it was we're having a good time. And all of a sudden, I just heard everybody
I was at that same party.
Everyone, not you didn't even give a fuck. Like, everybody get the fuck out now. Like, god damn.
Let's slow that down, because this is a moment. This is a moment. Let's back this thing up, man. I didn't know. None of us really knew what was going on outside of, you know, Z probably knew, but we was just at the party. You know what I'm saying? We probably all wasn't even that close yet, but we was just at the party. We was at the party, and then I hear the same thing as you, man. It's some little scruffling, and then I just hear Z. I see him. Everybody get the fuck out of here. Everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? And they like, shit, he's mean business.
Everybody.
He was big too. He was big, you know what I'm saying? They were like, hell no, I'm getting up out of here. All right, brother. Appreciate the invite, you know what I'm saying? But what happened was what you want to take it from here? Is somebody had like tried this?
So I just gotta take it back a little bit, man. If there's anything about me, I love to throw a party, man. I love to host. Like, I love throwing a party. And so we had thrown parties. That was my junior year, because it was your freshman year, P, and then DG your sophomore year.
Right.
And we were in Rams Village. We was in I forget the unit number. I think it was like building C, I think, or something like that we was in. I can't remember exactly where it was, but I can't even remember what time of year it was. I want to say it was like fall, because it was like I think it was kind of like cold. And so I was just inviting everybody to the party, and, you know, like I said, the community of Black people was small, so you know, it was just like when one person knew about the party, everybody else knew about the party, because it was just like, hey, we know where we going up tonight, you know, right? So word ended up getting out. Come in preparations. Shout out to my man Johnny Lim, man. So Johnny Lim, that's my guy. He made the jungle juice for that party. So I don't know if y'all remember. Everybody was faded at that party, right?
Yeah,
you know, so like right. there was a lot of people who were intoxicated that night, and it was because of Johnny Lim. So I just want to give a shout out to my homie Johnny. You know, like, he's a real one. But he made some of the best jungle juice like ever. Like, I remember, like, you know, just gearing up for the party. We was like, you know, we gotta have drinks, you know, like we like the host, man. You know, we wanted to make sure people was having a good time. So so come the night of the party, you know, I hadn't actually like gotten into DJing yet at that point, right? But I was the person that everybody went to for like music. I was always the person who had the latest mixes, like up to date on like the latest trends. Pretty much whenever I pulled up to a party, most people like just handed me the aux, right? You know, because they were just like, you know, I always have my iPod on deck, you know, right? So so I got the party playlist ready that night. You know, like I was really feeling good. I was like, man, this is gonna be a party. Fast forward, man, the party is lit, right? You know, like the party was live. It was live. It was live in that thing. You know, sure. The things was thanging too. You know, there were some ladies in there. Yeah, yeah. It was up. But I mentioned all that to say, right? I took my iPod with me everywhere. You know, everybody knew that like I was the man for like the tunes, man. And so what happened was at some point, I ain't gonna say no names about who specifically, but everyone knew like when the football players showed up somewhere, it was always a problem, man. Oh, yeah. Everybody always knew like when the football team showed up. I'll say certain members of the football team, right? You know, like there was definitely like certain people that I was cool with, because I was actually cool with like a lot of the football players. Right. But there was a particular group of football players that whenever they showed up to a party, it was always just going to be a problem. Sure. And so that's exactly what happened. So those football players showed up to the party, and then soon after they show up, my iPod goes missing, and so the music stops. And like people are trying to like figure out like why the music is stopping. They're like, Z, what happened? Like, you know, like, right? Like, so I'm like, damn, like what do you mean what happened? Like, did somebody like touch it? So I thought like somebody had like maybe like bumped the because you know how like it was like a dock for where you could put your iPod on it, and it would obviously play. And so I thought somebody maybe just like knocked it off. And so I look at it, but it's missing. And so I'm just like, wait, what? Like I'm like, where the hell is my iPod at? I'm like, you know, so I'm looking around, and everybody's like, what happened to the music? Like, you know, like it was live, and it was just like dead silence for. So I go around like looking, and then what you call it? One of my homegirls, she actually was talking to one of the football players at the time, but she told me, she was like, yeah, like you didn't hear this from me, but I saw so and so take your iPod. And so that's when I started tripping. That's when I was like, oh hell no. So like I obviously like step outside of the party to go find this person, but he had already taken off. Like I don't know if he took off like with everybody, but that's when I started tripping. That's when I was like, you know, because my thing is like I'm big on like hosting and inviting people into my space and whatnot. But like once you cross a particular line, like it's just like it's up from there, right? You know, like, and so I don't like people who are thieves, right? Especially if you come into my, like, I welcomed you into my space and then you go and steal something from me. So they ended up taking my iPod. I couldn't find them, right? You know, so I'm tripping at this point. So I'm like, that's exactly what the moment that y'all remember. Everybody get the fuck out. Like,
I remember
that. That's where it happened. And
this guy here?
Everybody was just like, hey man, like what happened? Like, I'm like, nah, man. I was tripping on everybody. I was like, everybody get the fuck out. I don't care who you are. All y'all, if you don't live here, get the fuck out.
And so, it's a big piece of the story too, because like Z said, he was just getting, he didn't even really start DJing. Like this is the beginning of his DJ years. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was probably starting to maybe mess with it or just a little bit. So this is almost like stealing his DJ equipment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Still the iPod was like stealing his DJ equipment. So it makes so much more sense now, like hearing the other side of the story. Like all I remember, I do remember the music was off for a long ass time. Right. And then you said that, and you know, so I was off that Jungle Juice too.
Everybody was off of it, because I remember the music would just be like the music stopped, and I was like, "What the fuck happened to the music?" And that's when everybody was coming to me, and so I was searching for my iPod for a while, and then that's when somebody ended up telling me like, "Yo, so and so took your iPod," and so that's when I started tripping. I kick everybody out, but anyways, fast forward. moral of the story is I got my damn iPod back. That's what happened. That's what happened. So anybody who knows me is I'm resourceful, right? You know, so all I know is I was like, look, I don't care who it was. Like I said, I ain't gonna say no names because I ain't gonna out nobody. But I was just like, I'm getting my motherfucking iPod back. So I ended up getting that particular person's number from just obviously somebody in my network. Right. And so I hit him up, and so I'm like, look, I know you have my iPod. I need my iPod back. And he was just like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, whoop-de whoop whoop. And I was like, nah, you gonna give me my iPod back. I was like, look, this can happen one of two ways. I was like, either you gonna give me my iPod back, it could be a problem when we see each other, or if it really gets down to the point, like, I'm like, look, I will go to like your football coaches and I will tell them that you stole from me, and it will be a problem, right? You like, because anybody knows, like, like I said, there wasn't a lot of black people there. And so, like, it wasn't a large handful to select from. And like I said, we always knew who the problem people were, of the football players, right? And I was like, look, I'm never going to try and like get over on nobody, but at the same time, ain't nobody getting over on me either, right? And so I told him, I was like, look, man, like, either you give me my iPod or like, I'm gonna find a way to get my iPod back. And whether that's, I don't care if you lose your scholarship or whatever the case may be, I was like, I will get my iPod back. I'm getting my shit back.
That boy Z said, I have a very particular set of skills. I will find you and I will kill you.
I was like, yeah. And after that, he was just like, nah, like, you ain't even gotta do all that, like, blah blah blah. So the next day, fast forward, like, he's like, all right, I'm gonna give you your iPod or whatever. So I was just like, all right, like, and so I was trying to figure out, like, I didn't know if it was really gonna be a problem, because I was just like, if you just pull it, like, I know you stole from me, right? So I'm just like, look, like, as long as you give me my shit back, we'll be straight, right? But like, at least look me in my eyes when you do it, right? But all I know is, like, he was supposed to come through to the crib. All I know is, like, 10 minutes later, after we were texting, he's like, yo, iPod's outside. And so, like, I go outside and it was just sitting in the grass. So, like, pretty much what happened was he did a drive-by. He like threw it out, threw it out the damn car and into the grass. It was just like, yo, iPod's outside. And so I was just like,
I mean, to his defense, I don't think I want to like hand deliver it though, some type of way. I don't think I will. Like,
yeah. I was like, I was just like, man, he a bitch. I was like, he can't even look me in my eyes when you say, like, I knew you stole, like, right, man, just like, give me my shit back, man. Be a man about it at least. But anyways, that's the origin story. Everybody get the fuck out. So
after that, you said on campus, you like, bro, my bad, yo. Like, I'm sorry, I was tripping.
Yeah.
You said my bad to us when you saw.
Like pretty much everybody from the party. Like, I made sure to like apologize afterwards. I had to explain, like, I wasn't trying to trip on nobody in particular.
Right.
But like I said, it's just like when people come into my space, like, especially like when I welcome people to my space and do shit like that, I'm like, nah. So yeah, I definitely went out of my way to try and make amends with like everybody. I was just like, look, like, the party was lit and I appreciate y'all coming through. I'm sorry it ended the way that it did. But then, long story short is we threw a lot more epic parties. So
then the clubs, Osiris. Y'all remember Osiris, right?
Yeah,
I remember Osiris.
Nah,
I sure remember Osiris.
Yeah, these was the days, man. Yeah, that takes me around that same time as that's definitely when me and Z met too, though. That my freshman year is definitely when me and Z met, man. And I definitely remember, because I think we originally met because I did the same thing.
Yeah,
the CD to Z, and he looked at it and he was like, "That's what's up." And then I remember somebody told me that you did music or something like that, or something like that, and he was like, "Yeah, I do music too, man." He was like, "We'll have to connect." You know how many people said that we have to connect before when we was giving out CDs? Right. So many, almost everybody. I think Diamond said, "Yeah, we're gonna connect." You know what I'm saying? When we was giving out CDs, everybody said, "Let's connect." Right. But Z followed up, like, me and Z I followed up with him. I know he was like DJing, and I think I hit you up about because you was cool with DJ Nunez, and I was trying to get him to mix. I was like, "Who mixes your stuff?" And he was like, "I think something with DJ Nunez," and I was like, "I hit you for it." He's like, "Cool," and then you was like, "Man, if you ever want to come through and just do some music, we could." He was like, and I was like, bet. He was like, I'm working on some stuff. I was like, bet. You know what I'm saying? And and I remember you just inviting me and Davion, and then the day came, and we was I think I don't know if it was snowing, something like that, but Davion was like, man, I'm gonna just chill, bro. I was like, shit, I'm gonna still go. You know what I'm saying? So I just went over to Z's crib, and then shit, we made like 2 songs on the spot. But that was just really like, that was like the beginning of us just getting cool. I just popped over there solo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how I got over the bus. So I don't know how I got over there, to be honest. Maybe I did have a car. Did I have a car? I might have had a car back then. I don't know, but I just remember going over there solo. And Jamal Bowens was over there, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out Jamal, man.
Shout out to Jamal, man. And we just ended up just making music, and we instantly connected off that. You know what I mean? Because I consider myself, like, at that point I was good. I'm a good rapper, especially for the age and stuff like that. And Zenas knew immediately, like, nah, he's not just like somebody saying he could rap. Like, that boy good. I remember you saying, like, that boy good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So instantly me and Z just connected there. And I think, was it later that year or the next year, you and your friends was all going to?
Yeah, we all went to San Diego. Yep, we went to San Diego for spring break.
Yeah, and, San Diego and Vegas. Yeah,
and we needed like 2 more spots. Like, because we was rolling in what was it, like a Tahoe or something like that? I can't even remember what was. It was a big ass 3-row SUV, and we was looking to fill like 2 more spots. And it was like Ev and, like, all that squad. Like, so anybody who knows, so I went to Thomas Jefferson High School, and so like a lot of like our friend group from TJ ended up going to CSU, and so like we all were going to spring break to San Diego, but I can't remember if like some people backed out like last minute, so we were just like, yo, we need 2 more spots to fill. So I was just like, bet, like, I'll hit some people. So I ended up hitting Ramon, and then our other homie Murray.
Murray went
they both came, and it was just like it was funny because it was just like such a random group, right? But like it ended up being a funny ass just trip, bro. Like,
that's a very random ass group.
It was a random ass group.
Very. Me and Murray was probably the most odd ones out. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I was just with it. I was like, shit, I'm down to go on the spring break trip. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. So, it was cool. And then it was y'all. Did you ever meet Cameron?
Yeah, he was
on. Well, no. Like, no, DG. Did you ever meet Cameron? He was he didn't go to CSU, but he was always in Fort Collins because like he was close to like Ev, John Lobato, all them. If you saw him, you probably, but like Cam was driving, and Cam's a character, bro. Like, Cam is a character. So like that entire trip, bro, like the roasting sessions, boy.
They was on his helmet, bro.
Cam was boy. He was on that George Foreman grill the entire time.
They was letting him have
he was. I felt bad for him a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Me too. I was in the back like, damn,
he was getting flame broiled. Boy, I was just like,
you have no remorse. If they kept clowning you, they would just keep going, bro. Even though like it's just funny, like just keep going.
But that was a time, man. Like, that was P's freshman year, my junior year, and then I think it was actually that. It was that semester, the spring semester. That's when I actually like bought DJ equipment, and that's when I started teaching myself to DJ. And then from then on, like that's where like Ramon and I's relationship grew closer, because it was just like, well, shit, like we might as well just be like the Fresh Prince of the new Fresh Prince of Jazzy Jeff, right? So, and then from there, it was just up, But I even think about like back to college, like even like into like my senior year in my like. DG and I didn't really like get close until after college, actually. Like even during college, like we would see each other out and whatnot, and like like kicking and stuff. And like I said, when I would go over to the crib, I say what's up and whatnot. But I feel like the only time I would see DG is like either like on campus or at like a party or something. Like that.
It's true.
Like, that was like the only time I ever really saw DG.
Them to get a haircut.
Yeah, or I went over there to get a haircut. That was really
I remember you DJ our graduation, right? Like,
you said what?
You DJ our graduation party, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after, I think that's when then after graduation we kind of like got closer, was to like build a friendship. But CSU for the most part just just surface level. Just say, hey bro, what's going on, man? Just chat for a little bit.
Yeah.
Over time, I think so.
But where DG and I think like really started getting tight was like I ended up, because you know DG's always been in the fitness, you know, like that boy was always on his fitness grind, and I ended up like reaching out to him and was just like, yo, like, can you like help train me, or just like, you know, like obviously like help me get in shape, like really more than anything. And from then on it was just like shit, like let's get it.
I think that's when after that we got close, bro, because we was working out together. And then you'd be throwing parties at your crib, and then I was over there. Yeah. And over time, we just like build our relationship, you know.
Yeah.
Now the rest is history.
The rest is history.
I would honestly say the same for me and DG. Like we was cool. We was definitely cool in college. But right after is when we really got cool though, because that's when we started working with each other. You know what I'm saying? I think I seen you out somewhere. I remember you was like, man, I'm just looking for a job right now. I'm like, I just got hired at this place, you know what I'm saying? I think they're still hiring. I was like, I can shoot you the plug. He was like, for real, bro, if you being serious. I was like, yeah, I got you. Yeah, shooting them the link, you know what I'm saying? And then we was in training together. And that's where we really got cool, man. That's where we really,
I know y'all was horsing around in training. I know y'all was horsing around.
Cause I gotta tell him this, DG. I'm gonna make it short, man. I'm gonna make it short. But we both in our little training classes, right? And you know what I'm saying, like the trainer's going on for like 2 hours, you know what I'm saying, just talking. I'm looking over DG on the other side of the room, and he kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like looking off and shit like that. And then the trainer is like April. Shout out to April, man. She was a good trainer too. She was like, she went over this long thing, and then DG kind of like shaking his head, yeah. And then she's like, she asked him a very specific question about something. And I'm dying in my mind because I'm like, how's he gonna play this? I know he ain't been paying. I've been watching. Like he ain't been paying attention the whole time. And the funny thing was how he pivoted out of the question had me die. I was like, hey, nobody else is seeing this bullshit that he's talking about. She's asked him a specific question about something like, Diamond, what do you think about this version of insurance? And he's like, there's there's so many pieces to what you just said. I'm trying to like just focus in on like one specific area. Can you just, and then I think he said, can you just come back to me? And then he never answered. Like he kind of danced around it. He danced around it for a minute. Like, nah, there's just so many pieces because there's this kind of coverage, umbrella coverage. There's just so many things I can't really bring it together. And I'm in the back of the shit just dying, like nobody's seeing the bullshit. He looked back at me and we had that little moment. I was like, you dumb as fuck.
Yeah. Because you went over so much things right now, Miss April. I'm trying to find one example that resonates with me right now.
Like the biggest point to just resonate with me, and I was like, "That is a fucking fool, man."
Yeah, bro.
But that's definitely where, like, I think that's what me and DG's relationship really got cool because we used to like drive to work together, and we literally worked in the same department for like a year. You know what I mean?
Lunch together, hang out.
Yeah, that's when we really got cool, and then he started doing the workouts soon after that. Yep. Those weekly workouts. That was legendary too, bro.
Now the group workouts was lit.
Diamond used to do like group workouts at Laurie Park.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they used to bring out at some point, damn near everybody from CSU went at different points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so
everybody was in that thing.
Yeah, man. So that's what from there. I think that's when we was really all pretty cool at that point. And me and Zenus's relationship at that point was like strong because we was in the music heavy and we was like trying to travel around and we was always working on music together, starting to throw events. So around that time, you know, me and Zenus was kicking it a lot. Like we was, you know, just from trying to do events and just like, you know, we just music heads, bro, like that. We really always bonded on that. Like we was like, you know, we could sit around and do music for hours, and a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people that say they want to do music.
A lot of people say they want to.
They can't sit around and just do music for hours. And me and Z always had that in common.
Right. That's one way that I know like somebody's a real one is like because a lot of people be saying they'd be wanting to come to studio sessions, and I'm like, all right. So like I'll take people up on that. I'm like, all right, come through. Because anybody who knows anything about studio sessions, it's a lot of just either nothingness or like very tedious shit where like you just like literally like you're spending hours searching for like one sound, right? Like, or maybe working on like one song and retaking multiple versions of a particular hook or you know, verse, whatever the case may be.
It's not like the movies.
It's not like the movies, man. Like a lot of people think it's just like, you know, like this like seamless process. Right. Now, don't get me wrong, like at this point, I think in our careers, like it is, right? You know, because like naturally we just knowing what we're doing and we know how to accomplish a lot in a little bit of time, but it hasn't always been like that, right? You know, so I always say anybody who could like come through for a studio session and really just vibe and stay until the end, because most people will see their way out. Most people will Irish exit. They'll be like, all right, I'm a head out. Like, all right, I'm a head out. You know, but if they could thug it out, I'm like, all right, you a real one.
Right. And just over the time too, man. Like whenever you guys host event, I always got invited, right?
Yeah,
like shows at your crib. Remember, always invite me like barbecue and stuff. We'll pull up there. They do like parties and stuff, even downtown. A couple of times, like we hit up downtown together and turn up.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
Yeah,
and
that was a good time. That was a good time. Like right after college, that was a good time. People don't ever really talk about right after college. That's still a good time where you start making a little more money than you had. You don't got school no more.
Yeah,
you still young and a little wild still though.
Yeah,
like them days right after college is fun too. Man. So,
like college was lit, but like don't get me wrong, like post college. Has still been up, boy.
Man,
like
you
I'm
still
like
sometimes still bounce back out to Fort Collins at some events and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man.
Because I was a resident DJ for multiple fraternities and sororities too. So I felt like I was always going back, you know, like to Fort Collins.
That was,
you know, and doing different events and whatnot, or like spinning like you know, several bars out there, and whatnot, you know. So shout out to CSU, man, Foco, man. Like it was a time, man. It was a time. And I know we talk about it all the time, like this is kind of like our origin story, but if we had the opportunity to go back and do it any differently, would we? And honestly, I don't think I would, man. Like, you know, because you think about it, if you go to a different school, that essentially changes potentially the whole trajectory of your life, right? You know, because you're in a different space, you're meeting different people, you got a different network, right? You know, maybe a different education, who knows, right? Like there's just like a lot of different variables. And I think I can't speak for everybody, but I know speaking for myself, like a lot of like my closest people in my life right now are from college, you know, right? Or like somewhere around that time, like, you know, like 100%. Maybe like a friend of a friend from college or something like that, you know, so.
100%, man. I think being intentional, even if I would even say for people that do go to college or don't, being intentional about where your time is spent during those years and who you're around is super important, man. I just want to drop this gem in here because I seen it recently, and it was Trevor Noah on a podcast, and he was talking about like that he didn't initially go to college right after high school, but he started hanging out with his cousin that went to college, and he used to just go kick it with down, you know what I mean, on campus with his cousin, and but he wasn't in college, but he said his mom was like super excited around those years, and then he was like, "Why are you so excited? I'm not even going to college." She was like, "Because the people that you're spending time around are going to go on to do great things, and you being around them is going to push you to." She was like, you can't be around movers and not move."
Exactly.
And it really sat with me. Like, to be honest, anybody probably could have just went up to CSU and then had a similar experience to us without going.
Right.
Yeah. It was like open policy. You probably could have sat in on classes. You know what I mean? If you had the time, you probably could have just done that. And it made me think of like how important it is, even if you're not in college, to be spending your time around people that are going to be that want something. I think that's one of the coolest things about college, right? Everybody there wants to do something.
Right.
You know, so just want to throw that in there, man.
Yeah.
I make a difference.
I couldn't agree more, man, because we talk about it all the time, man. Like your network determines your net worth, right? So ultimately, like the people that you're around, the ones that you're spending the most time with are gonna have the most influence on you, right? And so just naturally, like the way that you talk, your mannerisms, like just like a lot of different things, and just the things that you like challenge and push each other on, like all that comes from your squad, right? Like directly. And so what's funny is like a lot of people thought that, like I said, like a lot of our like TJ friends, like for instance, Kevin, a lot of people thought Kevin went to CSU, but he didn't, right? He was just always he was on campus and stuff like that. Now he went to community college in FOCO.
Right.
He didn't actually go to CSU, but a lot of people thought he did because he was just always like around and whatnot. And to that point of just like, being around the people, like, and just being mindful of like who you want to spend your time with. And just to Ramon's point is, the thing I appreciated most about like college was you get exposed to so much, right? Like, especially as like a young adult, where it's just like, all right, like now you got that certain level of freedom, right? Where it's just like, I don't live under my parents' crib anymore. Like, like, and everybody's kind of like bonding and like, just figuring themselves out. But to your point, Ramon, everybody's out there pursuing something, regardless, whether you're pursuing architecture or whether you're pursuing like legal, like if you want to be an attorney, whatever the case may be, if you want to be a meteorologist, like it doesn't matter really what it is. Like I think just everyone's there to like ultimately strive for something more, right? Like get your degree and then you go on to like wherever like life takes you on beyond that. And so I think just being around like naturally people who just had a vision, I think more than anything was what allowed us to like connect so much too, because I think at the end of the day, we all recognize that everybody was there, but I think there was also like a very like particular group of people where it was just like, we're all doing something, but like this person cool as hell though. Like this person's moving a little different. So like, let me fuck with this person. Like, let me see what they got going, right? Because you could just tell like some people just like, they just got the it factor, right? And it's just like, damn, like, like I just want to be around that person maybe a little bit more, see what they talking about.
Because you guys, we all individually had our own clique. Because I have my clique.
Yeah.
Ryan, Caston, and then you, Ramon, Greg. Who else? Is it JB?
Yeah, it was Greg, JB, Davion, Ramel. You know what I'm saying?
What was his name? The white boy.
Matthew Blazer, Matt Blazer.
That was cool, man.
Matt Damon.
He had his own little clique too.
Yeah, my little squad. You know what I'm saying?
Every time I see Z, those are the people I see him around, hanging out all the time together. It's kind of like crazy. Like time went by.
You had DF,
Austin,
Austin,
Conte, John Lobato, Matt Lobato.
Yeah.
That was a clique. They're always together. It's just funny, like how
all three did have different cliques too. That is funny. That is dope.
Yeah. We all did, man. We all had our own cliques, man.
Then over time, then we developed. I think after college, then we developed our own clique too. I would say all three of us more, and then Ryan, Kaz got more into it. Over time, it's just like to Ryan specifically. And I remember like the first trip we all had together. It was kind of like not all had together, but like this trip that it was my birthday in Phoenix. You guys pull up.
Oh yeah.
And my birthday, it was like 20. Was it? I don't remember. Was it 29, 30? I don't know.
2021. I know.
Yeah. So yeah, we was in Phoenix together. It was fun. Went to a baseball game.
Yeah.
Airbnb was playing.
That was cool. I thought you was gonna say the rich friends trip in London, but it wasn't. But my mind didn't go there first. It was in Phoenix. That's what I had just moved out there like 2 months before y'all came out.
Right. Z pull up and
that was a good time, man. That was a good time,
man. We went to Scottsdale and
and Scottsdale was what? Boy, that was crazy. Because I was like seeing Scottsdale, like this was like post like the like crazy pandemic, right? Because this was
it still kind of was pandemic.
It was still the pandemic, but like it was like COVID wasn't at its height anymore, but it was just like we were still in like prime COVID time though. And I remember just like first walking up to like that block, and I was just like, Fam, what the fuck is this? I was just like,
I remember telling y'all. I was like, this shit. Y'all not gonna believe what this shit actually looks like during these times.
I love it. I ain't gonna lie.
And y'all was like, this shit.
I had a good time.
That shit was crazy. It felt like Vegas, bro. I was like, what is this?
Man,
this is crazy.
I love Scottsdale.
Yeah, that was fun.
Was good.
I'll never forget when we asked them because you know we wasn't trying to wait in that line, and we asked them like what it was to get a bottle, like to get like a table.
Yeah.
And I remember they quoted us $3,000. I was like, fam, get the fuck out of my face.
Hell nah, man.
In Scottsdale, Arizona, no, fam.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Hell no. Hell no.
But that was a super dope trip. And then, you know, I know we probably get close to the time, but that London trip was really, I think there's certain things that just almost like outside factors start making like it's like these are people you're supposed to be around because me and Z was gonna go out to London. My pops and his friends was gonna go to London, and then we was gonna go to the game. And then we were just talking to DG, and then DG like, yo, me and Tan Man's going to London too. We were like, let's all go to the game. You want to just get a spot together? Like, fuck it, let's get it.
It's crazy how that happened, bro. Like,
that was insane, bro. That was insane, bro.
So y'all like, you guys go to London. Like, no fucking way. How? Like, how is that possible? Like
same time.
That was so crazy. Like, it wasn't planned or nothing. It was just like, oh shit, y'all gonna wait. What days you gonna be out there?
Days, bro. Everything, man. That was the best trip of my life, bro. It was amazing.
Hands down, bro. I mean, we did the Broncos game in London and in Vestfest.
Yeah,
in London, bro. Like that shit was like a really almost like a shift of just everything we was doing at the time. I feel like just a shift of like, yo, we about to be international, we about to be doing different types of things and just how we moving, man. So
and it was dope too, because we got to go to Vienna too, you know, because like obviously like DG and Tanny went off and like did their own thing for a little bit, but then you know anyone who knows like Rahman and I, so Vienna was like a huge part of like our music career and like, you know, like kind of just like as a whole. Back in 2018 when we went out to Vienna, and so in 2021 we were like we always knew we were like we got to go back to Vienna at some point. So being that we're going to be in London, we were just like, well, fuck it, we're going to be in Europe, we might as well just like make it a trip, you know, right? And so we weren't sure if DG and Tanny were going to pull up, but then they ended up meeting us out there, and it was, you know, Vienna was up, boy. But it was dope to just be able to like show y'all, like expose y'all like to a different part of like our lives that like was so near and dear to us that it was just like oftentimes when you experience moments like that are just like life changing, you want to share those moments like that same experience with somebody else where it's just like you got to experience this because you can only words can only say so much. It's like you got to experience this for yourself, and to have, you know, DG and Tanny, you know, pull up and be able to like all have that moment together. It was lit. That
was fire, bro. Just like exactly what you said. You be forgetting that you have experience that you could only talk to people about. But DG and Tanny got to come get in that shit. They got to go to the Ethiopian restaurant with us. They got to go to the tea spot with us. But like they got to go through places we was actually in. Like, that shit was dope, bro.
That shit was fire.
Good people, man. Good food.
That shit was fire, man.
Like, what's his name? Damn.
George, man. I'll never forget that day. But George is like one of the like the most iconic people I've ever met in my life. Like he's just like he's a vibe, right? You can't really like, but something I wanted to go back to before, you know, we jump here in a little bit was we all three had different cliques, right? I wanted to ask y'all this. Did y'all feel like y'all ever at any point, like, did you feel like you stood out or were like unique in your clique?
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, for sure, always. But I wouldn't say it's like the standout. I just always felt a little, like I always still did my own thing.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying. Like I think to this day, I think we're all three kind of still like that. You know, like we have people like our main people, but we still kind of do things like real, like just us. Like let me just, you know what I'm saying. Like it's just certain things that we just have to do. So. Yeah, I think we talked about this a little bit too. Z is just like kind of growing up and never really feeling like I don't know, like feeling like just like being misunderstood a lot of the time, right? Like just yeah. So I think I've always just felt like a little misunderstood and I always felt like personally like a little bit out of place.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Just a little bit out of place. And, you know, I would just focus on what I was focused on and outside of stuff. And then it just took me to different places sometimes. But yeah, bro, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so because I feel like I tried to be more serious because Castle and Ryan all the time that you want to goof around, even like I was like, so sometimes I'll be embarrassed. I mean, I gotta chill out a little bit. So I would say so. Also, too, just being like African, you know, being like I was only African in my clique, you know, so that too. Yeah. So you know, it's easier to stand out. And then, like Ramon said, just sometimes enjoy my own things, you know, because I had a girl at that time.
Yeah.
Too. So I had like other pursuits and stuff that I was interested in. And I would say like the gym, I was still like leaving, going to the gym by myself because you know not everyone at that time was really into like the workout and stuff like that. And that's how me and Majdi got really close because she's the only one who was like a meathead, like me.
Shout out Maj, man.
Shout out to Maj, but overall, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, man. I feel like. You know, I think I've voiced this multiple times, but kind of similar to like what P was saying. You know, it's just like I felt like I've always not necessarily been misunderstood, but I always felt like I was just like unique, like in the sense that like I was just like always a little different, right? You know, I had a good way of like relating to everybody. Like I could move in a lot of different types of like environments with a lot of different crowds, like and whatnot. But I felt like I felt like I could just maybe it's like a hyper independent thing. Like I like like sometimes like I was just like, man, I just like need to do my own thing sometimes. Like because like from my squad in high school, right? Like even though like a lot of us went to college, like I love my squad and everything like that, but like I would always try to venture out and meet new people and like establish new relationships, right? Like new connections, right? That's something that I like really pride myself on is like finding new connections in life, right? Because granted, not saying that like my life was lacking in any particular way, like not that the connections that I already have aren't stimulating, because they are, right? But I think just as naturally as somebody who's like wanting to grow and just push themselves in a lot of different ways, I feel like a lot of the ways that you do that is through new experiences, and honestly, new experiences typically lead to like meeting new people. That's not always the case, but most times, right? And so, yeah, I always felt like I always kind of like stood out. Like I always like wanted to do my own thing a little bit, and yeah, like I feel like I always kind of like stood out a little bit amongst the crowd, right? And there was never anything wrong with that, like right? Like I just knew that I was just like shit. I'm gonna like.
That's why cool. We got Udo.
Yeah,
I remember when we went to San Diego. Man, I'm not gonna touch on this too long, but I remember we went to San Diego, and a lot of that trip, I was just doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? But when we was in San Diego, I had a cousin out there, and he was like, he was trying to take me to a whole different situation. And Z, you know what I'm saying? Like they was all going to this 21 and up spot. I'm like 19, and Z was like, shit, man. Cool if I just go with y'all, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah, come on, you know what I'm saying? But we always been kind of like that, just a little bit, you know what I mean? Just outside of just the norm, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
yeah. So don't be I say all that to say don't be afraid to go against the grain a little bit sometimes, right? Like I think that's where you do a lot of like self-discovery and just like figuring out like exactly what it is. Because don't get me wrong, there's like nothing wrong with having an identity within a group. Right. But just make sure to always like remember like what your own self identity is too, right? And I think that's always the reason why like I always kind of functioned outside of like particular groups, because I always like wanted to have like my own identity and like in to a degree, right? Like and yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I remember because I was also like I didn't want like Ramon and shit like that to be like by himself. Like, of course I know you was with your cousin and stuff like that, but I was just like, that's kind of like, I get everybody's gonna go and have a good time, but I was just like, nah, man, like let me shit, fuck it, like let's go figure it out, right? Did Murray roll this too? I feel like Murray rolled this too.
I think he did because we was all under 21, but yeah, small world, man. But I know this is probably a good spot to wrap, man.
Yeah, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we say all that to say this is how the Spot Network came about, man. And then, you know, fast forward after all these years and whatnot, and just I think different periods of life and different clicks, and like ultimately just kind of grown a little bit more and more closer over the years. And then fast forward to now, we have conversations like this all the time offline, and we were just like, man, let's just have these conversations in a more public space to where other people can chime in too, and maybe other people like are experiencing similar situations, and maybe they just don't have the community to like have these conversations, right? You know, and I think these types of things are important, you know, because I truly look forward to Mondays now just to have these conversations to you know, keep that friendship and those connections going, man. So, you know, shout out to y'all, man, and shout out to the Spot Network, because this is how it all came about.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to y'all. It's been a good time, bro. I'm glad to see what we started, and can't wait to see how far we go, man. I know it's gonna be something dope. You know, that's we cooking, so I'm excited.
Yeah. And once again, this is episode 98, man. 98 weeks strong. We almost going on 2 years, right? You know, 2 years is what, 104 weeks. So we 6 weeks away from 2 years into this thing, man. And so all I'm saying is continue rocking with us. You know, like we are officially on YouTube now. You know, we'll be having our 100th episode here shortly. We officially on YouTube, baby. You know, so but shout out to everybody who tapped in, man. Shout out to, you know, y'all once again. You know, this is it's crazy to just kind of like talk about it out loud, like what our friendships have like looked like over the years, and I'm sure it's only going to continue to go up from here. We just going to keep getting bomber, you know. So
bomber and richer.
That's it. Any closing words,
man? Just for anybody who's watching, man, continue to venture outside your comfort zone, man. You never know where it's going to take you. And pay attention to those little serendipitous moments and lean into them a little bit. You never know what is going to come from it, man. So, you know, shout out to both of you brothers, man. I'm glad to have you guys in my circle at this point in life, man. And it's been dope to see just, you know, how we've all just developed and literally from boys to men, man. It's been dope.
Literally.
I'm excited, man. Since we're on YouTube, I just want to say, please like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, thumbs up, and all that good things, man. Really appreciate y'all. And shout out to y'all, man. I'm glad to have you guys in my circle.
Yeah.
Before we conclude, I'm gonna say this because Renee and I were just, you know, talking about wedding and all that stuff. I was like, I would love for Z and Ramon to perform at our wedding.
What's up, man? You ain't gotta say nothing but a word, man. You ain't gotta say nothing but a word.
I would love for them to be part of it, man. Like, you know, this thing, I was just, and she was like, I'm aboard. So I'm just letting y'all know right now, man. I'm speaking into, you know, we manifesting. So
that's it.
On that day, once I'm ready, y'all gonna get the invite.
Come on.
I'm like, hold up. I'm like, is this man about to make an announcement right now? I'm like, where is this going? I'm like, I was like, hold up, man.
I just want to let y'all know.
You finna drop a bomb on this? Like, hold up.
I don't care where you guys at. Y'all might be in Dubai. Y'all better show up.
We gonna be there, man. We definitely gonna be there. But we appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. I think just echoing kind of like what Ramon said is like, don't be afraid to evolve, man. Evolution, I think, is necessary, and continue to push yourself, push the people around you, and ultimately seek people who bring that out of you too, man. You know, like there's nothing wrong with like being around your people and enjoying those moments and whatnot, but like I feel like if you're in a room where you're feeling like you're either like the smartest person in the room, or you're just not being pushed to grow or do anything at all, you know, just reconsider like other opportunities in other spaces and whatnot too, you know, right? Like there's nothing wrong with having your own identity. And I would challenge people to do that. But other than that, man, like I do truly appreciate both of y'all brothers, man. Like friendship, you know, I know they say there's obviously like your family, and then there's your chosen family, right? You know, so y'all are definitely part of the chosen family, man. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, man, we just gonna keep manifesting. We're gonna keep figuring this thing out and keep growing, man. We're gonna keep evolving, man. Like this is the Spot Network. Once again, that's DG, Diamond Grant, that's Ramon. I'm DJ Zenas. Be sure to tap in with us every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be back on regular scheduled programming next week. I promise we gonna get back to the regular. I promise. But life be life sometimes, man. But
absolutely.
Anyways, we appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. We'll see y'all next week.
All right, fellas.
Yes,
all right, y'all.
Easy.